Night of the Living Dead, or NOTLD to fans.
No tled? Not led?
No tellud.
Noodled? Not little?
I don't know.
Noodled.
This opening shot was very, very difficult because in this remote location they had to wait more than 2 days for a car to show up in the shot.
Yeah, late in the first day, a tractor with a hay wagon rolled by, but it took more than an hour and really wasn't all that dramatic.
Right, and then on day 2, they thought they saw a car coming, but it was just an 8-year-old on a big wheel. Again, not dramatic, but he ended up getting a job as the gaffer. So.
Did a pretty good job, I guess. Okay, now here, the camera guy had to load up, pass the car, and then set up again just to get this one shot. Very difficult. And then again here. And ditto here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it, exactly. Okay. Load up.
Night of the Living Dead. More car wheels on a gravel road than Lucinda Williams' car wheels on a gravel road.
They installed that cemetery sign, and like every rural sign, within minutes someone blasted it with a shotgun.
Yes, no other movie scene in history has led to more "what I miss, nothing" exchanges.
Well, by this time, the people in that car began to get suspicious, so they got out and confronted the film crew, who in turn wrote up a quick contract and got them to agree to be in the movie. So
That's how most of Dane Cook's movies get made, too.
Oh.
Fortunately, this car gets 12 miles per gallon highway, 9 mile city, but an astonishing 28 miles per gallon cemetery.
They ought to make the day the time changes, the first day of summer.
What?
Well, it's 8 o'clock and it's still light.
Jerry Seinfeld's least funny routine.
Daylight does us. Now, we've still got a 3-hour drive back. We're not going to be home until after midnight.
Well, if it really bugged you, Johnny, you wouldn't do it.
You think I want to blow Sunday on a scene like this?
I could be in church, damn
I
it.
figure we're either going to have to move Mother out here or move the grave into Pittsburgh.
She can't make a trip like this.
She's under house arrest.
No, that she can't. Is there any of that candy left?
No.
Look at this thing. We still remember. I don't.
He was a Devo fan long before there was a Devo.
Johnny, it takes you 5 minutes.
Got ahead of that.
Yeah, 5 minutes to put the wreath on the grave and 6 hours to drive back and forth. Mother wants to remember, so we trot 200 miles into the country and she stays at home.
Well, we're here, John, all right?
You'd think they'd have covered some of this conversation on the ride here.
Yeah, you'd think.
The director hired Brian Wilson as the theremin consultant.
We're coming back on the air after an interruption due to technical problems.
The eerie music adds to the tension of parking his Le Mans.
There's nothing wrong with the radio. Must have been the station.
Which row is it in?
The Mickey row, I think. Seems tacky to organize a cemetery by cartoon characters, but you gotta admit it works.
Cinematographer got interested in a squirrel for a minute there.
I'm interested in that squirrel. Where'd we bury Dad? Sounds like a bad 80s comedy.
Well, there's no one around.
Well, it's late. If you'd gotten up earlier.
Oh, look, I already lost an hour's sleep when the time changed.
I think you complain just to hear yourself talk. There it is.
This is why when I die, I just want my ashes to be blasted into the orbit of Saturn in a solid gold urn.
Reasonable. Took extra time and makeup for this woman because they wanted to be sure that her wig didn't integrate with her actual hair at all.
I wonder what happened to the one from last year.
Well, last year we
Each
left
we
him your
spend good money
half-eaten
on
Big
these
Mac.
things. We come out here and the one from last year's gone.
Well, the flowers die, and the caretaker or somebody takes them away.
Yeah, a little spit and polish. You can clean this up. Sell it next year. Wonder how many times we bought the same one.
I have a similar suspicion that Domino's is delivering me the same pizza over and over again, too. Certainly tastes like it, anyway.
Johnny came along 40 years too early. Otherwise, he would have achieved fame and fortune as the PC guy.
Hey, come on, Barb. Church was this morning, huh?
Jeez, God, you don't have to get all high and mighty about it. It's just a joke.
God.
Brains. I mean, I'm not a zombie.
Hey, I mean, praying's for church, huh? Come on.
I haven't seen you in church lately.
Yeah, I got banned after they caught me stealing communion
What
wafers.
sense in my going to church? Do you remember one time when we were small, we were out here? It was from right over there. I jumped out at you from behind the tree, and Grandpa got all excited, and he shook his fist at me, and he said, "Boy, you'll be damned to hell."
Grandpa was Mel Brooks,
Remember
evidently.
that? Right over there. Well, you used to really be scared here.
Johnny,
You're still afraid.
stop it now. I mean it.
Her fear of graveyards is a major detriment to her day job as a grave digger.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Stop it. You're ignorant.
They're coming for you,
Odd
Barbara.
choice of words.
Stop it. You're acting like a child.
They're coming for you.
They want to tell you about Ron Paul.
There's one of them now.
He'll hear you.
Here he comes now. I'm getting out of here.
Great, see you in hell, or in the car, I guess.
Probably hell.
Hey, I just buried my wife, and I'm looking for a rebound fling.
Come on, lady, ward him off with your giant forehead.
This may be the first on-screen depiction of a wrestling match with a zombie.
At no point in time should you consider kicking, punching, or striking a blow of any kind.
Just twirling.
Well, it's going to be a much more pleasant drive back to Pittsburgh now.
Recoiling in terror from this guy is perfectly reasonable response, even if he hasn't attacked you.
And thus begins the timeless horror movie cliche of the heroine falling while being chased. Monsters and axe murderers must not be able to believe their luck, being totally outclassed in foot speed over virtually every type of terrain when suddenly their victim simply falls down.
And they'd still have at least half a minute to get up and run, but they always lay there like slugs. The monster must think, man, what a gift. She had me by a mile.
No, she's lucky this guy didn't have the OnStar system, or he'd just call up and say, yeah, trying to eat this woman alive, but she's locked herself in the car. Yes, sir, we have you at the cemetery. I'll open that car for you now.
In real life, this guy actually had to do this to get a ride anywhere.
I believe it. Oh, she just realized she's terrified.
All right, I'm scared. No, please. Let's save the emergency brake for actual emergencies. You don't want the kids to get the idea it's okay to pull the emergency brake for just any old thing like this.
Apparently, when you're a zombie, the only thing that changes is a little rheumatism in the knees. Well, in the whole flesh-eating thing,
Yeah,
too,
there's
I
that.
suppose.
Oh, only a woman could wreck a car that wasn't even running. I'm kidding. I love women.
Actually, Kevin, this little scene was added because between the first and second day of shooting, someone really did smash into this car, and there's no way they could hide the damage. Don't know how the damage occurred, but I think we can be pretty sure it was a woman. Oh, I kid, ladies.
Women.
No, get out of the road. In 2 or 3 days, a car might come along and hit you.
They filmed him peeing behind a tree, and now he's angry.
You have to say peeing in connection with him.
I'm afraid so.
That gas pump just sprang up out of nowhere. Apparently an organically occurring shell station.
And she's instantly accused of eyeing an old woman's lemon drink.
again.
What's wrong with you? Dun, dun, dun. You know, the first time I saw this film, I didn't know it was supposed to be scary because I grew up in Wisconsin where at any moment some pale, ugly guy might chase you into a deserted house.
Oh, she never stops to consider that this is the zombie's house and he's got a key.
Could you please take off your shoes, dear? Oh, well, you lost them in the zombie attack. Well, that makes things peachy.
Decor from the crazy lady who will displace to her 87 cats collection.
Indiana Jones is hiding inside that fridge.
Now to cut the tails off the 3 blind mice and then on to the zombies.
This actress here is, of course, Judith O'Dea, whose next film was Claustrophobia, released in 2003. Puts her on a 1 film per 35-year clip, meaning her next film is due out in 2038, for those of you who are standing by.
Meanwhile, Johnny's back in the graveyard waking up from what turned out to be a minor bump in his head and trying to figure out what the hell happened to his car.
Yeah, back then people didn't like to abandon their houses unless they were fully furnished and decorated. Just a pride issue, I guess.
Playing on everyone's innate fear of taxidermists, of course. Turns out to be a well-founded fear. Roughly 4.5 million times more likely to be killed by a taxidermist as you are by a CPA.
Clotheslines. Zombies' only known natural predator.
Damn you, clothesline.
Again, in Wisconsin, if you called the police and said, I'm stuck in a dreary, poorly lit home packed with mummified animals, they'd say, aren't we all? Stop tying up this line, will you?
Go buy some cheese.
Really northern Wisconsin's like that. Milwaukee's better. She's terrified, stumbling around the house with a knife. This is how I get anytime Christmas carolers show up at my door.
And voila, it's dark.
Ow, the sun didn't set, it crashed.
Two guys came to watch him do his Joe Cocker impression.
What you think? I get the feeling Barbara would have acted like this anytime a man showed up at her door, if you get my drift.
Sure that within an hour of entering this house, she'll be sure to ask, hello, anyone else here?
Yeah, look, I don't mean to harp on it, I really don't, but I still haven't seen anything you wouldn't find in a Wisconsin home.
Jonathan Silverman and Andrew McCarthy would have that guy upstairs water skiing by now.
Stab, 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 stab. Ignore cries for mercy. Stab, stab, stab. Kick still writhing body. Stab, 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 stab. That's my advice.
Apparently the zombies were emanating that weird mosquito noise.
It's all right.
The Steeler's covered, so if that's why you look so worried, it's all right.
Don't worry about him. I can handle him. Probably be a lot more of them as soon as they find out about us.
The zombies have a very efficient phone tree network.
The truck is out of gas. This pump out here is locked. Is there a key?
She's still processing your it's all right, pal.
You're trying to get out of here if we can get some gas. Is there a key?
Yes, zombie fighting's a breeze when you wear your Easy Fit cardigan.
I suppose you've tried this.
Calling Geezer and the Wimp to request some Skinnerd on WROX 105.3 Morning Zoo? No, hadn't gotten around to it, actually.
Do you live here?
I like to ask permission before I wreck a toilet, but in all honesty, regardless of your answer, it's gonna happen anyways. It is inevitable, ma'am.
less frightening once you know that the blood was actually Bosco chocolate syrup.
Well, still pretty scary that they actually hacked a person open and poured chocolate syrup on him just to get that shot.
That's true.
Puts it in perspective.
We've got to get out of here. We have to get to where there's some other people.
So, not a theater showing Delgo. Got it.
Wow. Maybe we better take some food. I'll see if I can find some food.
Why don't you just stay here and see if you can fit your whole fist into your mouth or something?
This flat, boring, inanimate wall reminds me so much of Johnny. It's a bit hard to take right now.
In realtor speak, patches of blood dripping from ceiling, rotting corpse blocking stairwell, neighbors with tendency to launch murderous rampages, that would translate to cozy.
Combos, Hot Pockets, Applebee's leftovers. Where the hell is the food?
Give me a sec, just gotta sort the recycling. It's a thing of mine.
What's happening?
Oh, no, I really shouldn't.
What's happening?
Well, ma'am, if you insist.
Zombie Jiminy Glick.
Two of them.
Wouldn't it be okay if I just came in and there ate your brain for a little while, don't you think?
There are two of them out there. Have you seen any more around here? I can take care of those two.
I don't
I know you're afraid, but we have
I
to...
don't know! I don't know! What's happening?
Okay.
I pretend to know what motivates a zombie, but part of it might be anger over the tacky clothes their loved ones buried them in.
It's a lot more pleasant being beaten to death with a tire iron when you're already dead.
How many blows with a tire iron does it take to finish off one of these things? You know, from my experience with hitchhiking drifters, 2 is usually more than enough.
If you were a zombie, you'd probably take a lot more chances with your life. You know, go skydiving, visit the seedier parts of town after dark without fear, adjust your snowblower without shutting it off.
Incessant cricket chirping never really caught on as a way to add tension to your horror movie.
More of a way to add pleasantness to a warm summer night. Try it.
Yeah, I found us some food.
Doubly bad, a zombie mime.
Gross. Zombies sound like Apple fanboys watching a Steve Jobs keynote. Oh.
This guy's previous career as a mass murderer really prepared him for the zombie invasion.
I regret brains.
He got bit while he was out getting the morning paper. Still, less depressing than reading Funky Winkerbean.
This must be what it feels like to have a teenage daughter that's just started to date.
Can't help but wonder how Macaulay Culkin would have handled the situation.
I know we're in here now.
We should probably make out just to mess with him. What do you think, Mike?
No.
Her script was mostly composed of those pages from standardized tests that just say, this space intentionally left blank.
Don't look at it.
When you beat one to death and impale their brain, then you can look at it.
Gonna drag this into the kitchen where I can look at it in peace. Nobody else.
Lousy freeloaders, nobody's looking at this thing until I say so. I'm gonna set up a tent and charge admission.
Will there be a zombie discount?
I haven't decided, but probably.
Pittsburgh does require a permit to burn a zombie on your back porch. Yeah, they burned it without a permit, and shooting almost shut down.
Zombies go up like a pile of dried leaves. Maybe we should introduce the zombie apocalypse as a means of an efficient, renewable energy source.
Nice try, Mike, but Mike Gravel already ran on that platform last year.
Yeah, he'll be ready in 20 minutes. 30 if you're squeamish about rare meat.
He's pondering the bitter irony that earlier this evening he was at a bar with his buddies bragging about his 3-day-away retirement.
Get some more lights on in this house.
And I think I saw one of those big mouth Billy Bass statues. See if the battery's still working it. Those things are great.
Priorities, after all. Gotta keep this zombie invasion cover story in mind for the next time a host catches me rummaging through their belongings at a dinner party.
I thought it over. I'm just going to check out now, if you don't mind.
Even for a junk drawer, that's pretty damn junky.
Come on, it's a junk drawer. There's got to be some googly eyes in here somewhere.
Slinky.
Why don't you see if you can find some wood, some boards, something there by the fireplace, something we can nail this place up.
With or... I'll just assume you were going to say with.
Oh, God damn.
Ah, he reminds me of my days as a Little League coach.
Look, I know you're afraid. I'm afraid too.
I'm the black guy in a horror movie. I may as well head straight to the morgue.
Now, I'm going to board up the windows and the doors. Do you understand? We'll be all right here. We'll be all right here until someone comes to rescue us. But we'll have to work together. You'll have to help me. Now, I want you to go in and get some wood so I can board the place up. Do you understand? Okay? Okay?
It was nice of him to give her a reasonable speech when a good slap would have been far more effective.
Bit of product placement there by the Fireplace Council.
Yep, that's a nice fireplace.
Yeah, some crickets chirping, too.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times people use chirping crickets to indicate boredom.
Utter tedium, in fact.
Well, maybe to ratchet up the tension, a tumbleweed will blow across the floor.
Yeah, go nail up some wood or start up the music box and stand there like an idiot. Whichever you think will be more helpful.
It's a shame the box doesn't play Zombie by the Cranberries, because that would make being eaten by zombies seem pleasant in comparison.
I found a spare door.
Well, so far, the guy whose name we don't know is my favorite character, narrowly edging out the girl who hasn't said a word in 15 minutes.
Yeah, once you've lived through a few zombie outbreaks, you learn to store your zombie boards right there in the kitchen for easy access.
It's good planning. Maybe she misunderstood him, and when he said to get some boards, she thought he said stand around and make everyone very, very bored.
A pile of Lincoln logs would prove more beneficial in holding off the zombies.
What if one of the zombies were Abe Lincoln?
Well, in the event that extremely likely situation occurs...
I already forgot what we were talking about.
Good.
Oh, now don't feel bad. Your wood is good, too. If you ever need to make a picture frame, it'll come in real handy.
Yep, now's as good a time as any for him to bust out his classic Tim the Toolman Taylor impression.
Some woofing, mentioning a guy named Wilson.
Yeah, that's about it.
Meanwhile, the zombies are out there drinking PBR and reminiscing. Jenkins, you undead bastard! Haven't seen you since the '56 apocalypse.
Yep, bought a yacht. Got remarried to a chick with implants.
Wait a minute. Are they? Hey, they're boarding the doors. Hey, fellas, we better call this one off. They're boarding the doors.
Ooh, the doors.
Seriously, though, when can we eat their brains, guys?
You know, a bucket of water on top of the door frame might prove just as effective.
Yeah, I want you to pick out some nails. Pick out the biggest ones you can find.
But not too big. What are you doing?
There, this room looks pretty secure.
Impenetrable. Makes Fort Knox look like the honeycomb hideout.
If we have to, we can run in here and board up the doors.
Or we can flick the lights on and off really fast and hope it bugs them.
Won't be long for those things to be back pounding their way in here. They're afraid now.
He holds a degree in behavioral zombology.
They're afraid of fire. I found that out.
Mainly because they associate it with Firestorm, starring Howie Long.
Howie Long.
You know a place back down the road called Beekman's? Beekman's Diner?
I work in the kitchen. I spit in this guy Johnny's coffee today. It was great. Geek with glasses. Hated him.
Anyhow, that's where I found that truck I have out there.
That was 3 months ago. The cops are still after me.
There's a radio in the truck. I jumped in to listen to it when a big gasoline truck came screaming right across the road.
Hawk!
There must
Or
have been
Hawk!
10, 15 of those things
Your
chasing
choice.
after it, grabbing and holding on.
Making the honk-honk gesture with their arms.
Now, I didn't see them at first. I could just see that the truck was moving in a funny way. And those things were catching up to it.
Look, sweetie, you do speak English, right? Because I'm not going to do a whole Jodie Foster Nell thing here
Right
with you.
across the road.
Chicka-bye.
I slammed on my brakes to keep from hitting it myself. It went right through the guardrail.
Fascinating story, but I think he kind of lost his audience.
I guess the driver must have cut off the road into that gas station by Beekman's Diner.
Previously established.
It went right through the billboard, ripped over a gas pump, and never stopped moving. By now, it's like a moving bonfire.
Is the cricket chirping causing anyone else to contemplate murder?
I am.
Kevin, then Mike.
Didn't know if the truck was going to explode or what.
I started walking away from it in slow motion, just in case it did.
Still hear the man screaming.
He was screaming, I'm still glad I quit my day job at TGI Fridays to do this.
This thing is just backing away from it.
For a zombie, it was doing a great moonwalk.
I looked back at the diner to see if there was anyone there who could help me.
That's when I saw it. 2 dogs humping.
That was when I noticed that the entire place had been encircled.
By the hellspawn known as Hands Across America.
No sign of life left,
Except the aforementioned dogs, who had really found their second wind.
by now there were no more screams. I realized that
I preferred the death screams to crickets chirping.
alone with 50 or 60 of those things just standing there staring at me.
So this has really been more like the week of the living dead.
I started to drive. I just plowed right through them. They didn't move. They didn't run or
Wait. This was last Christmas at the mall.
just
Excuse me.
stood there staring at me.
So they were slightly more animated than your current audience.
Just wanted to crush them.
And none of that finding a cure stuff for this guy. Just hit the gas and turn on the wipers.
Scattered through the air like bugs.
We were riding in the cemetery.
Blah! You can talk!
Wow.
Johnny and me. Johnny,
Hey, you don't have to make up a boyfriend. I can take a hint.
we came to put a wreath on my father's grave.
Oh, wait. Dad's buried in Scranton. Boy, was this a screw-up.
And he said, "Can I have some candy?"
No, wait. That was when he was 5. I should probably skip ahead.
We didn't have any.
We only had Necco wafers, which do not count as candy.
And... Oh, it's hot in here. Hot.
No. Not for her.
Okay.
And he said, "Oh, it's late. Why did we start so late?" And I said, "Johnny, if you'd gotten up earlier, we wouldn't be late."
Ladies and gentlemen, this is in case you were in the can for the first half of the movie.
And I said, "I'm not afraid, Johnny."
Maybe we can skip ahead to the Johnny Buffet special.
This man started walking up the road.
Yeah, we saw it.
He came slowly,
Saw
and
it.
Johnny kept teasing me and saying, "He's coming to get you, Barbara."
We were there.
And I laughed at him and said, "Johnny, stop it."
I'll just drag this table outside, lay down on it, maybe spread some A1 on my chest.
I went up to this man, and I was going to apologize.
Apologize by recapping the day's
Just
events.
keep calm.
And I looked up, And I said, good evening. And he grabbed me.
And his hands were really clammy.
He grabbed me. And he ripped at me. He held me and he ripped at my clothes.
I think you should just calm down.
Advice always sounds more convincing coming from a guy with a hammer.
Johnny, help me. Oh, help me. And he wouldn't let me go. He ripped.
Scene chewing may be the first sign of zombie
And
infection.
then Johnny came and he ran and he fought this man.
He fought him in the same sense that Low Tax once fought Uwe Boll.
I ran.
Anyways, how are you?
And Johnny didn't come. We have to wait for Johnny.
And if there's time, make plans for Nigel.
Maybe we better go out and get him.
He has my bus pass. I know, it was stupid to let him hold it.
Get Johnny. He's out there. Please, don't you hear me? We've got to go out and get him.
Didn't you hear? He has my bus pass. Oh, wait, it's right here.
Please, we have got to go get Johnny. Please help me.
I imagine this is what it would be like to be stuck in an elevator with Kathy Griffin.
This is no Sunday school picnic.
Don't you understand? My brother is alone.
Your brother is dead.
No, my brother is not dead.
I'm not making 2 graveyard trips per year.
And there we have it. Pretty much the same outcome if I were stuck in an elevator with Kathy Griffin, in fact.
Stage zombie invasion. Girl passes out in remote cabin.
Kevin, are you taking notes?
Yeah, my nephew needs a prom date.
Oh, imagine how many different species of fleas are holed up in that couch.
Probably 30 different phylum of chiggers alone.
Undress unconscious victim.
Enough with your nephew.
What nephew?
Last radio show that thing tuned in was probably the Great Gildersleeve.
Pure silence. Must be NPR.
Yeah, they're between words.
That was Brahms' second.
Because of the obvious threat to untold numbers of citizens, and because of the crisis which is even now developing, this radio station will remain on the air day and night.
Playing nothing but the Capitol Steps and Mark Russell.
TV stations throughout this part of the country are pooling their resources through an emergency network hookup to keep you informed of all developments.
But right now, our intern Mickey the Fish is outside our studio in a diaper.
There's an epidemic of mass murder being committed by a virtual army of unidentified assassins.
In other news, studies find radio announcements a poor way to build tension in movies.
And suburbs with no apparent pattern or reason for the slayings. It seems to be a sudden, general explosion of mass homicide.
Which is amazingly far less interesting than it sounds.
Eyewitnesses say they are ordinary-looking people. Some say they appear to be in a kind of trance. Others describe them as being...
You guys cool just hanging out here, or...
So, at this
Terrified that one of those zombies might start holding up a boombox blaring "In Your Eyes" outside the window.
misshapen monsters. Reaction of law
They
enforcement.
really lucked into something here, just stumbling on the home of a wood scrap collector. How many of those guys are around?
Determined that any kind of organized investigation is yet underway. Police, sheriff deputies, and emergency
Play the kettle drum.
literally deluged with calls for help. The scene can best be
Unfortunately, the smoke would only serve to agitate the vicious family of possums living in the chimney.
Governors of several eastern and midwestern states have indicated the national.
This is something all college kids should consider doing. You know that chair you found on the corner by the dollar store? The one with the sign with the misspelled word "free" on it? Take it out back and burn it. It's for the best.
Behind locked doors. Do not venture outside for any reason.
Barbara has regained consciousness and is singing opera in the next room.
What course of
This guy
action
feels his inner Ike Turner rising again, I imagine.
for any special instructions as this crisis develops further. Thousands of office
Prosthetic legs really make the best torches, but in a pinch this'll do. But he's not happy about it.
However, in spite of this urging and warning, streets and
He
highways
grew up in a medieval village that surrounded a mad scientist's castle, so he's done this kind of thing before.
Yeah, but never without the backup of guys with pitchforks. Big difference.
is simply to stay where you are.
Does Barbara want a party?
Okay, listen closely. You can hear the tiny screams of millions of lice.
That's how they react to a simple, burning lazy boy. I don't think it's going to be much of a challenge to defeat these things.
Ladies and gentlemen, received word that the president has called a meeting of his cabinet to deal with the sudden epidemic of murder which has seized the eastern third of this nation.
The president has instructed cabinet members to make sure they bring their brains.
To be joined by officials of the FBI and joint chiefs behind closed doors.
The filmmakers first and foremost wanted this to be a movie about carpentry. If the film turned out to be scary, so much the better, but it certainly wasn't a goal.
This is the latest dispatch just received in our newsroom. Latest word also from
If he's
national
debating
press
the
is
hand in warm cup of water trick, I say go for it.
Yeah, one more urine stain won't hurt that couch at all.
high-ranking scientists from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration.
Yes, very subtle direction here. Perhaps a flashing superimposed arrow pointing at the door might be helpful.
The Joint Chiefs of Staff and scientists from NASA.
This guy learned all he knows about home repair from many hours spent on the couch, beer in hand, watching his wife repair their home.
To which you were listening, have joined their facilities in an emergency network to bring you this news.
Barbara seems like the kind of girl who would dream about herself sewing things in
To
silence.
stay indoors.
Practical things like tablecloths. Nothing too fancy now.
Reaching this newsroom, tell of frightened people
Boy,
seeking
waking up
refuge.
terrified in a strange old house, hammering noises coming from off in the distance. All very similar to the time she got roofied by Bob Vila.
My God, a 30-second hammering montage really would have sufficed.
Set it to taking care of business. Have a clip where he holds the nails in his mouth and pretends to swallow one to crack Barbara up. Yeah, I could see that.
Was quoted as saying, quote, tell the people for God's sake to get off the streets. Tell them to go
The
home.
one place the zombie apocalypse will never reach, flavor country.
Happy characters we have here. End quote.
Well, a bold move, including behind-the-scenes footage of actors in the actual movie.
Descriptions, the only clues anyone has of the killers come from frightened witnesses of some of the slaves.
Stage direction for that last scene was man lights cigarette, does nothing for a really long time.
Monsters, people who look like
Wow,
they were
the only closet in the house not packed to the gills with wood scraps.
Some eyewitnesses tell of seeing victims who look
Really seems like the kind of house that would have boxes of National Geographics that nobody ever reads, but they keep them around for some reason.
report of the slaying of a family of 7 in their rural home near Gulfport. Since then,
Yeah, let's see. Property of Dick Cheney.
a reign of terror which has hopscotched in an erratic, disconnected manner throughout much of the eastern and Midwest.
Eat a can of zombie repellent. Damn, expired last month.
The map seem to indicate a general spreading of the extreme southeastern United
Let's see here. Property of Pandora.
Don't open him.
on the telephone, talking with officials in other cities, and have determined that
Now for a lengthy scene of him reading the gun's instruction manual.
except in the extreme southeastern
After starting nearly an hour ago, her sitting up process is finally complete.
Galveston areas, but nothing like
I found the gun and some bullets out there.
Let's go shoot rats in the cellar.
It was only late yesterday.
Oh, and these.
Since you lost yours when you abandoned your brother, you know.
When first reports began filtering in, newsmen and law enforcement agencies were of the opinion
This
that
place is boarded up pretty solid now.
Windows directly behind me notwithstanding.
For a while.
dramatically, it was soon apparent that
We have
this
a
was
gun
something
and
more than the
bullets.
usual run of lawlessness.
Food and the radio.
An old dirty-sounding board game called Uncle Wiggly.
Sooner or later, someone's
Things as
bound to come and get us out.
But if not, it'll be up to us to repopulate the earth. So just think about that.
urging you to seek shelter in a building. Lock the doors and windows securely.
Hey, that's us. We're doing all right.
Cautious of
Nagging feeling that I missed a spot with the boards, though, but where?
for survival instructions and further details of this continuing story.
Look, I don't know if you're hearing me,
What?
In the absence of any law
but I'm going upstairs now.
Gonna see if I can hawk a loogie out the window on the
If anything
zombies.
should try to break in here, I can hear it from up there. I'll be down to take care of it.
If you want to torch an ottoman or something to pass the time, feel free.
Everything is all right for now. I'll be back to reinforce the windows and doors later. But you'll be all right for now, okay?
She's not going to sing, is she?
Okay.
There's a zombie of my dreams.
No!
Officials in Cumberland have told newsmen that murder victims show evidence of having been partially devoured by their murderers.
Now, come on, how do they know the killers did the devouring? I can't be the only one who's wandered past a murder scene on an empty stomach before.
So it's possible this lady simply died from exhaustion after gathering all those wood scraps.
So how do you explain her half-devoured face?
Maybe one of the wood scraps turned out to be a badger.
Well, they are among the most wily of the mustelids.
Okay, here's a lesson for all you would-be corpses out there. Have the courtesy to die on a throw rug so that it's easy for the living to drag you around.
If he closes that door and I hear a lock turn, I'm just not watching anymore.
Consistent reports from witnesses to the effect that people who acted as though they were in a kind of trance were killing and eating their victims prompted authorities to examine the bodies of some of the victims.
Mostly the
Medical
lady
authorities in
victims.
Cumberland have concluded that in all cases, the killers are eating the flesh of the people they murdered. Repeating this latest bulletin.
I know, you don't have to repeat it. We were all here.
Maryland, civil defense authorities have told newsmen that murder victims
show evidence of having been partially devoured. Yes, we got that. Thank you.
Medical examination of victims' bodies shows conclusively that the killers are eating the flesh of the people they killed.
Now, in lighter news, a local farmer has a duck who thinks he's a pig.
Ghastly with each report. It's difficult to imagine such a thing actually happening, but these are the
Hello?
reports we have been
Black
receiving.
guy, is that you?
Reports which have been verified as completely as is possible in this confused situation. It is
Oh no, a four-fingered man. Gross.
safe from this wave of mass murder.
Damn it, I almost had the dead lady into the clown suit. What?
Hold it! Don't shoot! We're from town.
A radio.
Easter Radio, actually, the peat bog capital of Pennsylvania.
Reports of murder victims being partially eaten by their slayers.
Oh, he's Ike Turnering up again.
This time, however,
How long you guys been down there? I could use some help up here.
That's the cellar. It's the safest place.
Why's the bald guy talk like a 1920s newspaper reporter?
What's going on?
Al Capone's on the lam with a blind tiger in the cat's pajamas, see?
Sure, you must know what a girl screaming sounds like. Those things don't make any noise. Anybody would know somebody ever needed help.
Look, it's kind of hard to hear what's going on from down there.
What with all the chest sweating we were doing?
For all we knew, that could have meant those things were in the house afterward.
And you wouldn't come up and help.
Well, if there were more... The racket sounded like the place was being ripped apart. How were we supposed to know what was going on?
The Daily Show's Rob Corddry is right.
You just got finished saying you couldn't hear from down there. Now you say it sounded like the place was being ripped apart. It would be nice if you get your story straight, man.
All right, now you tell me.
Now the Steelers do.
Covered.
I'm not gonna take that kind of a chance when we got a safe place. We luck into a safe place, and you're telling us we got to risk our lives just because somebody might need help, huh?
With a selfless attitude like that, this guy's bound to make it to the end of the movie.
We came up. Okay, we're here. Now I suggest we all go back downstairs before any of those things find out we're in here.
They can't get in here.
The dialogue shipment got here late, so they decided to overcompensate with Altman-esque amounts of it for the second half of the movie.
You're insane. The cellar's the safest place.
I'm telling you, they can't get in here.
And I'm telling you, those things turned over our car.
It couldn't have been easy. My wife's kind of a heifer.
You tell me those things can't get through this lousy pile of wood? His wife and kids downstairs. The kid's hurt.
Zombies didn't get him. I just hurt his feelings when I called him a dorkwad.
We could strengthen everything up, Mr. Cooper.
With all of us working, we could fix this place up in no time. We have everything we need up here.
Boards, nails, a mute, unlikable female protagonist.
You're really crazy, you know that? You got 1 million windows up here. All these windows. You're gonna make them strong enough to keep these things out, huh?
I told you those things don't have any strength. I smashed 3 of them and pushed another one out the door.
Hit a girl, too. My point is, I'm awesome.
Turned over our car.
Oh, hell, any good 5 men can do that.
That's my point. Only there's not going to be 5 or even 10. There's going to be 20, 30, maybe 100 of those things.
Turning over hundreds of cars.
Millions.
Well, if there are that many, they'll probably get us wherever we are.
Can't you two see that you just love each other?
The cellar. The cellar, there's only one door, right? Just one door, that's all we have to protect. Tom and I fixed it so it locks and boards from the inside. But up here, all these windows, why, we'd never know where they were going to hit us next.
You got a point, Mr. Cooper. But down in the cellar, there's no place to run to. I mean, if they did get in, there'd be no back exit. We'd be done for.
When key grips act.
We can get out of here if we have to. And we got windows to see what's going on outside. But down there with no windows, if a rescue party did come, we wouldn't even know it.
But the cellar is the strongest place.
The cellar is a death trap.
Can't it be both?
Mr. Cooper.
Yeah.
I think he's right. You know how many's out there?
I don't know. Maybe 6 or 7.
Look.
I hear my dorkwad
You
kid
two
crying.
do whatever you like. I'm going back down to the cellar, and you better decide. Because I'm going to board up that door, and I'm not going to unlock it again no matter what happens.
You won't unlock the boards? What?
I've made my decision, now you make yours.
Now, wait a minute. Let's think about this. We can make it to the cellar if we have to.
I've analyzed every possible outcome.
Stay down there, we'll need some things from up here. So let's at least consider this a while.
First on the list, we'll need some sort of chest deodorant.
If you box yourself in this cellar and those things get in the house, you've had it. At least up here you have a fighting chance.
Hey, did Steelers cover?
Yeah, it looks like about 8 or 10 out there now.
That's more than there were. There are a lot out back, too.
Guys out back seem cool, though. They've got a Frisbee.
That's like Black Friday at Walmart, but with slightly less homicidal shoppers.
Guy's short-lived career as a manicurist went down pretty much the same way.
He's not confused. He's just conflicted about how much he enjoyed that.
I guess he doesn't want to blast the zombie till he's decided on the proper quip.
Nothing? Come on, I will not tolerate half-hearted, catchphraseless zombie blasting.
It's all right.
Sounds so much less reassuring coming from a guy who looks like he shines his head in a bowling ball buffer.
Still no zombie catchphrases? No, what's your name? Blam! Who's your daddy? Blam!
Bury me at sea. Again.
Are you sure this is the field of dreams? I think we're lost.
How come every time a naked chick shows up at your doorstep, she's either a zombie or she just escaped from some lunatic's basement?
Well, either way, I'm not opening the door, thank you very much.
I've seen that guy at O'Brien's.
Brains! 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 Oh, gross! Joanne's eating a bug!
We gotta fix these boards.
You're crazy. Those things are going to be at every window and door in this place.
See?
We've got to get down into the cellar.
Go down in that damn cellar. Get out of here!
A phrase usually followed by extensive World of Warcraft playing.
Leave her here. Keep your hands off her. And everything else that's up here, too. Because if I stay up here, I'm fighting for everything up here. And the radio and the food is part of what I'm fighting for.
Especially the
Go
radio.
down the cellar, get.
The man's insane. He's insane. We've got to have food down there.
See?
We've got a right.
This is your house.
We've got a right.
You going down there with him?
Mommy?
Yes or no? This is your last chance. No beating around the bush.
Why is it the zombies to fall back while they work this stuff out between them?
I couldn't bring her up here. She can't possibly take all the racket and those things smashing through the windows.
Well, you're her father.
At least that's what your wife told you.
Enough to go die in that trap, that's your business. However, I am not stupid enough to follow you. It is tough for the kid that her old man is so stupid.
I'll say, I just spent her college fund on magic beans.
You can be the boss down there. I'm boss up here.
You bastards.
Yeah, get your own zombie program, you fairy.
You know, I won't open this door again. I mean it.
Mr. Cooper, with your help, we could...
With my help.
Let him go, man. His mind is made up. Just let him go.
Maybe he'd be less irritable if he took off his tie.
Wait a minute. Judy, come on up here, honey.
Mr. Cooper, your wife and I are in love.
You're gonna let them get hurt too, huh?
Gonna let them feast on her flesh, huh? Gonna let them tear her young, nubile limbs apart in an orgy of blood, huh? The nobility.
Cooper would be the greatest real-world cast member of all time.
We can fix it up real good. There's lots of places we can run to up here. Mr. Cooper,
Come hang with
we'd all
us.
be a lot better off if all three of us were working together.
Hey, kid.
Judy looks just like the kind of tactical genius they'll need to survive the night. Gears are churning already, you can see it.
He's wrong, you know. I'm not boxing myself in down there.
Uh-huh. The basement was gross.
On the air day and night.
Well, we're safe now. It's boarded up tight.
See?
What about Tom and Judy?
They want to stay up there, let them.
Dear, don't gesture with your machete. It's tacky.
There are two other people upstairs, a man and a girl.
We heard you screaming.
Yeah, but I didn't know who they were, and I wasn't about to take any unnecessary chances.
Of course not, Harry.
Interesting choice for an actor to start with inexplicable rage and then build up from there.
Aw, how's my future little zombie doing?
Is she all right?
I don't know what it is. She feels warm. Maybe it's shock.
Yeah, shock makes you lunge for people's throats, right?
Some laundry in a basket. I tore a sheet.
With my bare hands.
Whatever's wrong with her, smoking right near her face probably won't help.
Let them stay upstairs. Let them.
We will.
Too many ways those monsters can get in up there.
Judy's baking brownies.
We'll see who's right. We'll see when they come begging me to let them in down here.
That's important, isn't it?
What?
To be right, everybody else to be wrong.
What do you mean by that?
Quick, somebody get her a bottle of gin so we can really watch the sparks fly.
Does anyone up there know why we're being attacked?
Didn't manage to yell about that, I'm
Whatever
afraid.
It isn't just happening here. It's some kind of mass murder. It's going on everywhere. The radio said to stay inside.
Radio?
Yeah, we got a radio. Your husband blew it.
The news bulletin.
There's a radio upstairs and you boarded us in down here?
I know what I'm doing.
What did it say?
Nothing. Nothing. They don't know anything yet.
So to reiterate, nothing,
Mass murder
nothing.
everywhere, and people are supposed to look for a safe place to hide.
Take the boards off that door.
I lied. I traded the boards for magic beans.
Harry, that radio is at least some kind of communication. If the authorities know what's happening, well, they'll send people for us so they tell us what to do. How are we going to know what's going on if we lock ourselves in this dungeon?
Ooh, very awkward moment because he just lost his job at the dungeon.
We may not enjoy living together,
But that's because we live in a pup tent.
but dying together isn't going to solve anything.
Well, that's not what you said last
Those
week.
people aren't our enemies.
Mr. Cooper, Ben found a television set upstairs.
You're still not allowed to come up. Just wanted to tell you.
Let's go up.
Tom?
Yeah.
If Judy would come downstairs for a few minutes, Harry and I could come upstairs.
Okay, yeah, right away.
Sounds like Cooper caved like a woman, you guys.
Will you do it?
Do I have to?
Look, honey, nothing's gonna get done with them down there and us up here.
Well, you up
Do
here.
this for me.
Okay, open up.
Mr. Cooper thinks he's got problems. This whole time his sister Winnie isn't sure whether Kevin Arnold is going to ask her to the dance or Becky Slater. Wow.
Want me to read to her? I found a copy of Old Yeller upstairs.
I'll take good care of her, Helen.
I carry a spare naughty nurse outfit for these type of occasions.
She's all I have. Why don't you go upstairs now?
I'll yell if she starts looking like she wants to feast on my essence or anything.
The silent, unconscious little girl has brought a warmth and personality to a role that Barbara could only hope to capture.
That's it. Stay with your inexplicable rage. Don't lose it.
Good, yeah.
Her brother was killed.
Oh, how long is she going to keep playing that card?
I gotta go help Ben with the television.
Ugh! Give the cameraman a pointy stick so he can jab him if he gets that close again.
Take my advice, lady. Don't try to act in a scene with Barbara. Nothing will come of it. That's right. Just have a seat and hope that somebody starts hammering something. They'll cut to them as soon as they do.
That's what it sounds like whenever Morley Safer stands up.
Boy, do I love sucking on doilies.
Murderer! Do you know what that secondhand smoke's doing to me?
Don't be afraid of me. I'm Helen Cooper, Harry's wife.
Being Helen Cooper makes everything better. I should know. I'm Helen Cooper.
Well, if you don't mind, I'll go back to sucking my doily.
This place is ridiculous. Look at this. There's a million weak spots up here.
This isn't triple glazed.
Give me one of those.
Only if you stop being Conrad Janis.
Her brother was killed.
He choked on zombie meat. Complicated, I know.
And they talk about these windows.
Where's the low E glass?
Can't see a damn thing. There could be 15 million of those things out there. That's how much good these windows are.
If only we'd gotten the good Anderson windows like I wanted.
Why don't you do something to help somebody?
Because these damned windows are thwarting my every move. Windows.
Here, I have it. Drag a couple of those chairs together.
We'll fashion a crude home theater.
A lot of good it'll do without proper windows.
You better watch this and try to understand what's going on. I don't want anyone's life on my hands.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I don't want to hear any more from you, mister.
Sounding more and more like the Bill O'Reilly show here.
And that includes leaving the girl alone.
It's on, it's on.
There's no sound. Play with the rabbit ears.
Without a digital converter, we're doomed.
Incredible as they seem, are not the results of mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria. What do they think? We're imagining all this?
Shut up!
For God's sake, Maury's on.
The wave of murder which is sweeping the eastern third of the nation is being committed by creatures who feast upon the flesh of their victims.
You think they were actually feasting? I mean, like laughing heartily while chomping into sizzling thighs, toasting each other with skulls full of blood and the like?
You might be overthinking it, Bill.
First discounted those eyewitness descriptions as being beyond belief.
Those witnesses have been eaten.
Reports persisted. Medical examinations of some of the victims bore out the fact that they had been partially devoured.
Their remains have been sliced and made into sandwiches.
I think we have some late word just arriving, and I'll interrupt to bring this to you.
Carl's Jr. is now serving man burgers.
This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington.
It reads, get them off me!
It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder.
Tough to prosecute the dead.
Investigation of reports from funeral homes, morgues, and hospitals has concluded that the unburied
Help
dead
me, sweet
are
reefer.
coming back to life, seeking human victims. It's hard for us here to believe what we're reporting to you, but it does seem to be a fact.
And speaking of devouring, here's Sparky Weller with the latest on those unstoppable Steelers. Sparky?
Thank you, Bob.
Behind locked doors for safety. Well, that situation has now changed. We're able to report a definite course of action for you.
Scream like a child, soil yourself, collapse into a quivering ball, and mumble.
Shelter, medical treatment, and protection by armed National Guardsmen.
Youngstown public and private schools will not have bus service this morning as the drivers' brains have been eaten.
This list will be repeated throughout our news coverage. Look for the name of the rescue station nearest you.
If you are a zombie, please disregard this message.
As soon as possible.
So we have that truck. If we can get some gas, we can get out of here.
There's a pump out by the shed.
I know, that's why I pulled in here, but it's locked.
You think I don't know that, jerk? Lay off, God.
Since convening this conference of the Presidential Cabinet, the FBI, the Joint Chiefs of Staff,
The Bureau of Departments, the Department of Offices, and the Office of Bureaus.
why are space experts being consulted about an earthbound emergency?
Hey, how did Joaquin Phoenix get into this movie?
All the betting on the answer to that question centers on the recent
Never know where he's going to
Explorer
crawl in
satellite shot
next.
to Venus. That satellite, you'll recall, started back to Earth, but never got here.
Officials suspect the
Space
far-out
vehicle was
space
orbited
nuts.
Venus and then was purposely destroyed by NASA when scientists discovered it was carrying a mysterious high-level radiation with it.
That radiation turned out to be a bag of burnt microwave popcorn.
For the wholesale murders we're now suffering. Newsman Don Quinn in Washington has posed those questions.
It's obvious our best move is to try to get out of here.
How are you going to get over to that pump? Look.
A South American dictator.
From a meeting regarding the explosion of the Venus probe, is that right?
Yes, that was the subject of the meeting.
Actually, we've just taken over Chile.
There's a definite connection. In other words, you feel that the radiation
Quite a cookie duster there.
enough to cause these mutations. There was a very high degree of radiation.
Well, just a minute.
Hey, let the rabbi finish.
That's certain at all. I don't think that has been
Logical explanation that we have at this time.
We've agreed to rule out midichlorians.
The radiation is not the cause of the mutation.
I can't speak for the entire military at this time, gentlemen.
I can barely speak for myself.
With these gentlemen presently until this is irrefutably proved.
Everything is being done that can be done.
We'll have to hurry for our next meeting.
It's happy hour at the Hay Adams.
Professor, you feel that there is a definite connection between the definite connection as far as Dr. Keller and myself.
Doctor, please.
Honey, remember what we discussed in the top secret meeting?
Was the satellite, when the satellite was exploded? An unusual amount of radiation, enough to cause mutation under certain circumstances.
Might want to consider gagging the doctor at this point.
It does seem to have a bearing. Will there be a reply for this further?
Later?
Yes.
There will be a reply.
Yes.
Later this afternoon.
After we club the doctor and hand him over to the military.
There will be a report this afternoon. Perhaps there will be a report.
Yes, everything will be hushed up in the press release.
Everything possible to solve the problem.
To the airport, pronto.
Hoping to get some further explanation of this.
We've heard all we need to know. We have to try to get out of here.
He said the rescue stations have doctors and medical supplies. If we could get Karen there, we could get help for her.
This just in, shelters are refusing aid to people named Karen.
Willard. I saw a sign that said Willard.
It's only about 17 miles from here.
There's a rat farmer there who can help us.
Judy and I are both from around here. We were on our way up to the lake to go swimming. And Judy had a radio, and we heard the first reports about this.
Can't be
So we
Joaquin
knew the old house
Phoenix.
was here, and we
Too
came
good
in
an actor.
found a lady upstairs dead. Then these other people came.
Started yelling immediately.
Put a bar across the door, and it is pretty strong.
How could we possibly get away from here? We've got a sick child, 2 women, 1 woman out of her head.
So actually 3 women.
Surrounded with these things.
For NASA. Dr. Grimes, your entire staff, I know, has been working very
This is
hard.
back when newscasters were all cloned in a lab outside Batavia, Illinois.
Any answers at this time?
Yes, we have some answers.
We believe God is seeking vengeance for folk music.
The importance of seeking medical attention for anyone who's been injured in any way. We don't know
My
yet
daughter's a
what
zombie.
complications might result from such injuries.
How bad has your kid been hurt?
No, she's fine. She enjoys brunching on human flesh.
Look, you go down there and tell Judy. Yeah, you tell Judy to come up here and you stay with the kid, all right?
Wait, who elected you President, Barack?
Venus probe. In the cold room at the university, we had a cadaver.
We called him Leonard. It was fun.
Which all 4 limbs had been amputated. Sometime early this morning, it opened its eyes and began to move its trunk.
Where it got the trunk, we have no idea.
Its eyes and tried to move.
How's our little undeadling?
They want you upstairs. Did she ask for me?
She hasn't seen anything.
I don't understand. Baby. It's Mommy.
I heard. I'll come back down as soon as I find out what they want.
Thank you, Judy.
Slam, lock, bar.
The body should be disposed of at once, preferably by cremation.
Turn them into cream?
After death, then, does the body become reactivated?
It's only a matter of minutes.
Minutes? Well, that doesn't give people time to make any arrangements.
Oh, you're right. It doesn't give them time to make funeral arrangements.
Hey, stop stealing my zombie report.
Carried to the street and burned. They must be burned immediately. Soak them with gasoline and burn them.
Why aren't you doing it right now, damn it?
The bereaved will have to forego the dubious comforts that a funeral service will give.
Stupid
They're
bereaved.
just dead flesh and dangerous.
I see.
Judy, I need you to find some bedspreads or sheets to tear up into small strips, okay?
Are we going to make a
Is
float?
there a fruit cellar here?
Yes.
We need some bottles or jars. Make Molotov cocktails and hold them off while we try to escape.
Hey, there's a big can of kerosene down there.
We can have an all-school bonfire and pep rally.
There's a big key ring down there. There may be a key to the gas pump on it.
Oh, you can go to hell. I don't care.
We can toss the cocktails from a window upstairs. Meantime, a couple of us can go out and try to get the gas and come back for the rest of the people.
But that'll leave a door open someplace.
You
Yeah, that's right. It better be this door. It's closer to the truck.
But that's my favorite
Before
door.
we go, we'll put some supplies behind the cellar door. While we're gone, the rest of you can hold up in there.
I found some fruit jars in the cellar.
We can make
There's a
pickles.
key on here that's labeled for the gas pump out back.
I'm not really that used to the truck. I found it abandoned.
I can handle the truck, no sweat.
What, does it have laser cannons? It's a pickup. How hard can it be?
You're it, then. You and I'll go.
Wait, I suddenly forgot how a truck works.
We'll put whatever lumber we find behind the cellar door.
Sure, got it. You're both dead.
You can go upstairs and toss the cocktails from a window. Tom, you and I will have to unboard this door. After you toss the cocktails, you hustle back down here and lock this door.
The zombies really love their cocktails.
We'll have to get back in quickly.
Oh, and don't run out of Captain Morgan.
After we get the gas, get back into the house. Then we'll worry about getting everybody into the truck. Now let's move it.
Only there was some way I could be balder and my forehead sweatier and my lips even more non-existent.
Before this emergency is over, we will need many, many more such rescue stations.
You always have a smile for me. How can you smile like that all the time?
I like marshmallows.
How many do you have done?
I made you a pillowcase.
Come on, honey, we gotta move.
But what about marshmallows?
Are you sure about the phone?
The phone is dead out. All you get is a recorded message.
If I could only call the folks.
Yeah, what part of the phone is out? It makes no sense to you.
Everything will be all right. As soon as we get to Willard, we'll call them. They might even be there.
I know.
I was hoping they'd die and leave me the car.
Tom,
Why don't you like marshmallows?
are you sure we're doing the right thing, Tom?
What, about getting out of here?
Yeah.
Well, the television said that's the right thing to do.
Television is wiser than God.
I don't know.
Come on, honey, you're starting to sound like Mr. Cooper now.
But why do you have to go out there?
It's my Mo Howard hair, I guess.
And I can handle the pump. Ben doesn't know anything about that stuff.
Ben is like an infant.
But we're safe.
For how long, honey? We're safe now. But there's going to be more and more of those things.
I know all that.
There isn't going to be a test or anything, is there?
Hey, listen.
Uh-huh.
Remember when we had the big flood?
Uh-huh.
Remember how difficult it was for us to convince you that it was right to leave?
We had to fish you out of that second floor window.
To Willard then? This isn't a passing thing, honey. It's not like just a wind passing through. We've got to do something, and fast.
I recommend divorce. Immediate divorce.
I just don't want you to go out there, that's all.
You don't have a sweater.
Hey, smile. Where's that big smile for me?
Where's my marshmallow?
Boy, you're sure no use at all, are you?
Hey, you fell asleep on me.
And you...
Can you make a sandwich before you die?
Ugh, you burped in my mouth. Yuck.
I don't know. It's not my fault. Those are my jars.
We better get her downstairs.
We have to go downstairs now, Barbara.
I'm sorry. Barbara checked out.
She's right. You have to go downstairs now, just for a little while, until we get back. Then we can all leave.
Oh, I'd like to leave. Yes.
The role of Barbara will now be played by Chance the gardener.
Okay, guess I'm pickling eggs on my own again.
I got this for you. It was my mother's hammer.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I love you.
Yes, the unspeakable horror that is the Night of the Living Dead.
George Romero invoked Corman's Law. Leave nothing on the cutting room floor.
Can't find the marshmallows.
Now, let's see. Oh, we could swag these, maybe add a little pinch pleat. They'll be dreamy.
Damn, I don't know how windows work.
It's like the after party for a Joy Division concert.
You ready upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay, toss them. Should I light them first or not?
Those things are filled with Dr. McGillicuddy's menthol mint schnapps.
The most flammable substance known to man.
Mint flavor, it's overpowering.
Guy throws more like a girl than most girls do.
Heck, I walked right into that one, didn't I? Nobody to blame but myself for that one.
Get me on Michael Jackson. You're the Pepsi generation.
Go ahead, go on.
Get the pizza, and don't forget the pizzones and the dipping sauce.
Hey, he's a zombie groupie.
Hey, his shirt's back on.
What? Not only are they hard to kill, they regenerate cotton at an alarming rate.
I'm going with him.
Get back in the cellar.
I'm going.
It's too late.
They'll need someone to trip and fall and be helpless.
Ow, Poopy.
Well, is it coming? Come on.
Don't yell, it scares me.
Get in.
What about please?
Hurry, he's almost 20 feet away.
Look, I washed your windshield. Give me some damn change.
Great, now the birds are attacking.
Never buy a jacket made from ping pong balls.
Damn inferior windows.
Dude, we just want to ride to the party at the Moon Tower.
Party at the Moon Tower!
Moon Tower. Yeah.
Now for some me time. Maybe a nice hot bubble bath.
Moon Tower!
They managed to outrun them. Incredible.
Okay, I'm going in for some gum and an air freshener.
Come on! This key won't work. Watch it.
That gas pump is a zombie gas pump.
No, there's a hole that the gas goes in.
You've never used a gas pump before, have you?
You gotta get away from the pump.
This thing takes super premium.
Okay, I think it's going great.
Hang on.
I'm gonna try to get it out of first gear this time.
Get out of the trap.
Maybe it'll run on flames. Get the bright side.
Come on, guys, wait up.
Just tidy up a bit while I'm waiting.
Let's get out of here.
Doesn't have a beaded seat cushion.
Come on.
Tolerable.
My jacket's gone.
Wow, it's an interesting time to give us that new information.
Announce that she has male genitalia and then blow her up?
Way scarier than any zombie.
I'll say.
Really gonna miss that truck.
It's a rogue cast of Les Mis.
It's Mr. Donaldson, my 9th grade English teacher. I mean, I always wanted him to die, but not like this.
You don't seem terribly committed to zombieing at the moment.
Well, they've been feasting on the living all night. They're probably full.
Or maybe they think that killing and eating a black person will somehow peg them as racist. Very sensitive.
Sorry I'm late. Did I miss anything?
Remember, folks, the best defense against an attack of the living dead is a brisk 5-minute walk in any direction.
We're out of Halloween candy. We don't allow solicitors. I don't know.
Oh, it's you. Why didn't you say so?
This is no time to install a double entrance door.
Wait, I can be less helpful over here.
By an amazing coincidence, one of these zombies breaking in is Norm Abrams.
It's like an old-fashioned barn raising, just like in 7 Brides for 7 Brothers.
Yes, and now he's beating the crap out of the dweeb, just like in 7 Brides for 7 Brothers.
Good idea. Retire to the punching salon for the rest of this.
Wow, if they keep this up, a hockey game might break out.
I'd drag you out there and feed you those things.
So my resemblance to John Saxon means absolutely nothing to you.
Jimmy Buffett fans. The real truth.
Margaritaville. Pass me a drumstick, will you, Bob?
Now, zombies were way ahead on the whole low-carb thing.
Very very civilized in their own way. No pushing, no shoving, portioning out the human carcasses, gently sharing them. We might have a lot to learn from the living dead. More than we thought.
Not in terms of fashion, though.
Oh, God, no, girlfriend.
Must have horsey sauce.
Ah, the polite veneer is over. It happens in my family, too, once we're down to the intestines.
Zombie Vic Tayback needs iron.
Maybe a Creole rub next time.
Handy little snack there. I'll hit myself for that.
Thank you for your self-sufficiency.
Oh, sick. Suddenly I'm craving barbecue. What's wrong with me?
Don't think of what the bald guy would taste like with a nice Creole rub. Don't think of what the bald guy would taste like with a nice Creole rub.
Wonder what I'd taste like with a nice Creole rub.
Isn't it 3 o'clock yet?
I need Judge Mathis, and I need him now.
There's supposed to be another broadcast at 3 o'clock.
10 minutes.
Oh, only 10 more minutes?
Who are the real zombies in this movie?
Very long to wait. We can leave.
Or play Guitar Hero? Anyone?
We better leave soon. It's 10 minutes to 3.
A time of day I deeply resent, apparently.
You know anything about this area at all? I mean, is Willard the nearest town?
And does it have a Jamba Juice?
I don't know.
Geography fills me with ennui.
We were
Just look back at the script here.
just trying to get to a motel before dark.
You say those things turned your car over. You think we can get it back on its wheels and drive it? Where is it?
Taking those questions in order, no and Spain.
Seems like we ran.
Forget it. It's at least a mile.
What are we, migratory birds?
You're gonna carry that child a mile through that army of things out there?
I can carry the kid.
Jackie Coogan wasn't big, old, and fat yet.
One of those things grabbed her.
Bit her on the arm.
It was her fault for dressing provocatively.
What's wrong?
Who knows what kind of disease those things carry? Is she conscious?
And will shouting my lines help wake her? If not,
walk. She's too weak.
Well, one of us could try to get to the car.
One of us who is you.
You can't start the car. Johnny has the keys.
Johnny Bench, she means. It's a complex arrangement.
You have a car? Where? Where is it?
This guy loves his two-part questions.
Where did you eat last night? Did you have broccoli?
Oh, zombies just love juggling garter snakes. Those bastards have my garter snake.
Good Lord.
Wasn't disgusting enough to eat corpses. Now they went and got KFC.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Being monitored closely by scientists at all the radiation detection stations.
Beta version of Keith Olbermann.
Yeah, they hadn't installed the Spittlefleck Outrage plug-in yet.
Continues to increase steadily.
Tom Petty? Oh,
remains. Government spokesmen warn that dead bodies will continue to be transformed into the flesh-eating ghouls.
Reports of them doing the monster mash are, as of now, unsubstantiated.
Will come back to life to seek human victims unless their bodies...
Yes, I will spray paint a huge wang on this barrier.
Our news cameras have just returned from covering such a search and destroy operation against the ghouls.
And their allies, the so-called flower children.
In Butler County, Pennsylvania. So now let's go to that film report.
Taken by a drunk dog.
Agencies and the military have been organized to search out and destroy the marauding ghouls.
Marauding ghouls? That was my high school football team.
Has disclosed that a ghoul can be killed by a shot in the head.
Pentagon later clarified, saying they totally made that up.
Officials are quoted as explaining that since the brain of
ready to kill ghouls or possum.
Varmints in general.
Kill the brain and you kill the ghoul.
Well, that didn't work on Axl Rose.
What do you think from the supply wagon, Gus?
No, we're all right.
A pork pie hat and an ammo belt. There's my new look, gentlemen.
Chief McClellan, how's everything going?
Oh, things aren't going too bad. Men are taking it pretty good.
Might be a zombie apocalypse, but at least they get a day off from the tire plant.
Chief, do you think we'll be able to defeat these things?
Well, we killed 19 of them today right in this area. Those last 3 we caught trying to claw their way into an abandoned shed.
Hope it wasn't one of Arthur Jackson's sheds.
We heard them making all kind of noise. We came over and beat them off.
Yeah, horrible strategy. They love that.
Yeah, okay.
Chief, if I were surrounded by 6 or 8 of these things, would I stand a chance with them?
If you beat them off, yeah.
If you had a gun, shoot them in the head. That's a sure way to kill them. If you don't, get yourself a club or a torch. Beat them or burn them. They go up pretty easy.
Especially the ones with pants made of
How long
kindling.
do you think it will take you until you get the situation under control?
Well, that's pretty hard to say. We don't know how many of them there are. We know
They keep eating our census takers' brains.
Are they slow-moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
Well,
Death
in time,
be not
would you say
messed
you ought to be
up.
able to wrap this up in 24 hours?
Well,
we do have a chivalry and a few lynchings to squeeze in, so I'm not sure.
Probably into the early morning. We're working our way toward Willard, and we'll team up with the National Guard over there, and then we'll be able to give a more definite view.
Plus, my hat may need blocking at any point during the night, so that's a factor.
TV 11 News.
Thank you, Bill, for that report.
Comedians are right. White people do be different.
Just how long it may take to kill off all the flesh eaters, so long as the heavy rain...
The zombies got Thomas Edison.
Makes no sense.
Well, imagine this is a parallel universe and also a wormhole involved somehow.
Is the fuse box in the cellar?
I don't know.
I was a liberal arts major.
It isn't the fuse. The power lines are down.
But pork bellies are up, luckily.
Helen, I have to get that gun.
My victims aren't going to shoot themselves from the top of a tower.
You had enough. But 2 people are dead already on account of that guy.
Matthew Broderick?
Look out that window. Get.
I want to rock!
Wow.
Oh, it's worth it.
The repeated tension hooks are driving the otherwise peaceful zombies mad.
Strike a pose.
Vogue, everyone.
Vogue.
Zombies are so wan and enervated. It's like watching a pack of Morrisseys.
Are they never looking in the right direction?
Trick or treat for your pancreas.
Now, this is what Neil Gaiman feels like in his hotel room at Comic-Con.
Tell us more about the Sandman. Those 6 paddles did not satisfy our hunger.
My pants wetting will repulse the zombies.
It's more fun than it looks, seriously.
Here, I'll help you, pal. I used to be a contractor when I was alive.
NRA boner too strong, must pick up rifle.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You want to stay up here now? Helen, get in the cellar.
Start canning preserves. Go!
Get in the cellar now. Move!
Feeling bored? Bored, just... Ow.
A bush baby. Oh.
I love Smokey Robinson.
It was a good, if hairless, ride.
Just as things are looking up for her, getting rid of a douchey husband. Zombie attack. Isn't that always the way, though?
Yeah, very familiar. When I was 27, I'd finally graduated from high school and paid off my library fines, which were astronomical, so I was quite relieved. At which point, of course, zombies ate my flesh.
Really? You never know.
Yeah, mostly my flesh grew back, but really it was more affectionate nipping on their part. Great guys, actually, those living dead. Worked with them at TGI Friday.
If she lives, her college tuition's gonna cost me a fortune.
Don't you want to go to cosmetology school, honey? You know, if you live.
Mammy!
I refuse to move away from the window. If I do, the zombies win. Also, if I don't, the zombies win. But still...
They never should have broken up AT&T. See what happened?
I'm objectively interested in her murder.
Still not as bad as walking into Radio Shack.
Dad needs some Tabasco.
Save some fingers for Mommy, I hope.
Mommy told you not to eat your father. Well, you're grounded, young lady, and I mean literally. You get yourself in the ground this instant, Missy, and stay there for all eternity.
Huh. What do you call that thing she just picked up?
Well, it's a spade, so I call it a spade.
You've always been a straight shooter, Mike.
Oh, she stepped on a cat, damn it.
She's also stabbing her mother to death.
Well, I know, but the poor cat, it must be scared.
Oh, that's because Ozzy Osbourne's in the room. You hear him?
So now zombies are just killing for fun, not brains.
Coincidence. Killing for fun, not brains, is the name of my new article in Family Circle magazine.
Is it about that? Killing for fun, not brains?
Yeah, that, and about dinners you can make easy peasy in under 20 minutes on those days when everyone in the family's kind of overscheduled. None of the recipes involve brains. Lots of fun, though.
But killing.
Oh, of course.
Oh, you said no. Sorry, didn't hear you the first dozen times. Hey, fellow zombies, let's move on. This one said no.
Oh, wow. If Johnny eats her brains, family Thanksgiving will be awkward.
Give us Barabbas, or at least his leg. We'll settle for that.
I'm glad they didn't make him the nude zombie.
Hey, give me that Rolex now.
Oh, someone call Living Dead Child Protective Services.
Lucky kid. She's gonna do great in zombie high school.
Might be homecoming corps someday.
I did this once when Mom told me to kiss my great aunt goodbye.
It's like the audience for an Eagles reunion tour.
Give me space, people. Almost got the lock picked here.
Hey, does anyone mind if I play Heart and Soul while we wait?
This impasse is going nowhere. Why don't they just settle it by dance-off?
I think that gives the nimble living guy a decided advantage.
Oh, no. Zombies are terrible walkers, but they dance like Savvy and Glover.
They are very good at bringing on defunk, in all sorts of ways.
You know, if we were online, I'd run this through the Benny Hillifier right about now, but since that's not available... How come they didn't speed up and chase each other through hedgerows?
I don't know. Need to slap them on the head or something. Hey, you'd see my liver anywhere?
Finds a spotlight as she's dying. That's true showbiz spirit, folks.
I guess he's just fine with the prospect of shooting this guy again. Ah, refreshing. Shooting this bald guy's like getting an hour-long full-body massage.
He might feel less tense if he turned off the John Cage on his iPod.
The show must go on.
I left the oven on.
Did he just shoot her or just see a really big silverfish coming towards him?
This moment, he realized that this is the only movie he'll ever be known for. And even so, many more people will remember the naked zombie chick.
Well, nothing to do about it now but build some quality bookshelves.
Badow, I got you!
So, could a few of you guys, go outside? Zombie efficiency does not always rise with greater numbers. I mean, we keep bumping into each other, Ron. How does that help? Ron?
Meanwhile, on Walton's Mountain.
And now, waiting for Godot, the movie.
like a nice day there in Fangorn.
The zombies have commandeered an AH-64. Run!
This is the end. The only end, my friend.
Sure hope so. No, my friend.
The living dead are taking away jobs from real Americans.
So Bob Hope is flowing in to entertain the zombies.
All right, where the hell are Hawkeye and Trapper John? Boy, those guys are really irreverent and non-traditional in their ways.
Amazing doctors, though. Amazing. The best ever.
Sure makes their non-military shenanigans worth it, huh?
More than worth it. They've healed millions.
Anyway, back to the bull counter story.
Brought to you by German Shepherds. If you need a shepherd who bites down to the bone, make it a German Shepherd.
James Earl Ray, ready for action?
Hey, Vince, Al, you want to get about 4 or 5 men and a couple dogs? There's a house over here behind those trees. We want to go check it out.
Now make sure the dogs don't steal any silverware.
We're going to stay with it till we meet up with the National Guard.
Where'd you get the coffee?
One of the volunteers, you're doing all the work, you take it.
There aren't that many bugs in it. I swallowed most of them.
4 more hours, we'll probably get into Willard then. I guess you can go over there and meet the National Guard. Nick, you and the rest of these men want to come with me?
We'll never know if Nick wanted to come with
All
him.
right, Steve, tell him we're going to stay with it, and everything appears to be under control.
Except his sexual charisma. Man, I'm having doubts about my orientation now.
German Shepherds, when you care enough to really leave scars.
Well, better get up and shoot the bald guy. Again.
Ah, crap. I fell asleep on a dead man. Again.
He's just waiting for someone to make an iconic album cover of him.
Go back to the office. Oh, hell, I have no eyes! Again!
Iconic album cover, anyone? No? Okay.
Coming to you on a dusty road.
They need you down there by the barn.
You're on cow flop clearing detail.
To check out the house.
Maybe buy it and flip it real quick, like.
Somebody had a cookout here, Vince. Yeah, sure looks like it, Cop.
And Tom, can we cuddle again tonight? I like that.
Well, better go get my hair reconked.
No, that's the local PTA coming out with some muffins for you guys.
They hate muffins. Blast away.
That man spent a lot of time in the basement. He's the Detroit Lions of this movie.
The local minister coming to offer solace.
Sorry, looked like you had a muffin on him.
Get up here. Nick, Tony, Steve, you want to get out in that field and build me a bonfire?
We're having a celebratory weenie roast.
Wow, the zombies actually tidied up before they left.
Yeah, they love gorging themselves on bloody innards, but they do hate a messy room.
You, drag that out of here and throw it on the fire.
Referring to a Beatles album, of course.
Go ahead down and give him a hand. Let's go check out the house. There's something there. I heard a noise.
Oh, that was the crunch of your own pants.
All right, Vince, hit him in the head, right between the eyes.
Damn it, he was so young. And he had so many more annoying bald douchebags to shoot.
Okay, he's dead. Let's go get him. That's another one for the fire.
Gentlemen, I think we all just witnessed a socially relevant metaphor. A message. A message for us all.
I think you're right. I think we did.
And that message was, make sure that your car's spare tire is properly inflated.
Huh. That's an interesting interpretation. Would that have anything to do with the fact that Bill got a flat tire coming over here today and found out that his spare was worthless, and so he called you to pick him up and you had to go 30 miles out of your way?
Absolutely unrelated.
I gave you half of my crawler.
Well, as you enjoy this montage of great memories and beloved characters from Night of the Living Dead, we'll say goodbye. Join us again soon at RiffTrax.com.
Kevin, can I get a ride home?
More quickly.
please. Let's go, back there. That's the way.
Hey, Randy, light these torches over here.
People in the back. Way in the back.
RiffTrax. Some movies have it coming. RiffTrax, copyright by RiffTrax and Legend Films. All rights reserved. Unauthorized use or duplication is prohibited.